notice something that you will find very helpful in your interactions with everyone, basically, in your life. Now, I've said before that as human beings, we see ourselves as very evolved and advanced creatures, but in many ways, we are just hairless monkeys. We're very much still driven by that old hardware that we got when we were living in caves and, basically fighting off wild animals, just fighting for survival. So civilization in many ways is sort of a veneer, like a thin layer of paint over what is in reality very primal behavior. And nowhere is this more visible than the subject of eye contact. And people are really, really bad at this. And that's awesome, because you don't have to be really, really good at it to be better than most people. So, very practical example. When in my fighting gym, at the end of the class, we all face with our backs against the wall, and the first one walks by the other ones and gives a fist bump. So you make sort of a line, and everyone does this. And what I notice every single time is half of the people, sometimes over half of the people, don't look you in the eye when you give the fist bump. And this is very similar to people shaking hands, for example. A lot of times people will shake hands but refuse or forget to make eye contact. Now you have to understand, eye contact can be electrifying. It can be one of the quickest ways to form a bond with another person. In business, it signifies that you are confident and you're on the up and up. You're not doing anything shady. Shadiness would be you refusing to make eye contact because you're ashamed of yourself or your product or whatever. But if you make strong eye contact and be confident while doing it, it betrays you being a confident person and selling whatever you're selling, right? Could be you personally, could be your product, but at least you have the balls to stand for it. In romance, and maybe relationships in general, this can be absolute rocket fuel to whatever you're trying to achieve. Like if you're trying to forge a connection, eye contact is so powerful, especially continued eye contact. Now, as always, don't be a psychopath. Don't, stare into somebody's eyes for 30 minutes straight without blinking. That's a little weird. But be cognizant of the moments where you make eye contact. If you shake hands, if you do a fist bump, if you ask an important question, if you make a toast with your glass, very important to make eye contact. And let me even get a little metaphysical for you. And this might be too much for some of you, but indulge me for a moment. What I always do, and I've been doing this for a long time, and obviously I can't have a double-blind, placebo-tested control environment, but I think it works for me, and that's enough. What I always do when I'm making eye contact with a person, while doing it, I think about what I want them to think about me. So when I did this with customers or consumers, when I shake hands and make eye contact, I think in my mind, you like me, you want to do business with me. If it's a networking event, you like me, you want to know more about me. If it's romance, you're attracted to me. Now again, this is one of those things, it doesn't hurt you. It probably helps, but even if it doesn't hurt you actively. So make sure you make firm, strong eye contact and try out the flashing thought experiment. I think you'll like it. I think it works.